So we all know how our parents tell us to clean up our rooms, but we never have a spot to put our jackets. Well, today I'm going to show you how to build a coat hanger. There's 7 steps into building a coat hanger. You're going to design your plan, gather the necessary materials, cut your wood to the necessary size, mark all your hook and mounting holes, then you're going to drill your hook and mounting holes. And with a sander, you're going to sand the faces, the edges, and the corners of your wood. And then finally, you're going to install your hooks. So there's a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need a piece of wood, any kind of wood to your preference, 3 or 4 small hooks that will screw into the wood, a screwdriver, 2 drill bits, a nice small one for a pilot hole for your hook, and a countersink so you can mount it into the wall. A tape measure, a pen, and a sander. I have 80 grit on here and I'll be using 120 grit later. Some tools bigger tools you're gonna need are a miter saw, or you can use a regular hand saw, and a drill press or a drill. So the first step to any good wood project is making a plan. So here I have a board that is 24 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and has 2 mounting holes that are 16 inches apart in it, because that's how far studs are apart in a wall. There's 3 different hook holes, one 3 inches in here, this one's 18 inches from this end, and one that's 12 inches from the middle. So you see here I took my board and I marked it at 24 inches. So you can see I have my board on the miter saw, and when I cut it, I'm going to be having it keep this side because this is the side that I'm going to use. So I'm going to make the cut. Always wear your eye protection during this. You're always going to want to take the cut really slow, otherwise you're going to get a lot more chipping than that. So now the next step is to mark our holes. So we have 1 hole in the direct middle, and 2 holes 3 inches in on each side, and 2 holes 16 inches apart that are in the center of the board. So I'm going to mark those now. So as you can see, I have my holes marked. This one here is a hook hole. This will be a mounting hole. Another hook hole, mounting hole, hook hole. So now I'm going to take this over the drill press. So as you can see, I have my smallest drill bit chucked up and my holes ready to go. But underneath I have a sacrificial board that's going to take the drill bit when I drill through and not into the table. So I'm going to try to speed this part up, but if I can't, you're going to have to watch me drill holes. Now I'm chucking up the countersink bit, which is going to be used for drilling the screws into the wall. Oops. I guess I didn't tighten down the drill bit enough. That's why you wear eye protection. Now for the last hole. So now I'm gonna sand the board. This is gonna get rid of any pen marks or little burrs from these holes I drilled. I'm gonna start off the 80 grit, round these edges over, and hopefully it'll look nicer. So I'm gonna plug in the sander and get on this. I'm gonna skip this part because it can take anywhere from 10 to a half hour. So I just finished using the 80 grit sandpaper, and you can see I can round it over the corners. The little pen marks are gone. So now I'm gonna change to the 220 grit and hopefully smooth it up and make it look really nice. So all you're gonna need to do is rip off our old sandpaper, get a new one out of the box, and just apply it straight onto the Velcro on the sander. So this again can take anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, so I'm going to skip this part. So now that I'm done sanding with the 220 grit, I'm going to install our hooks. So the way we're going to do this is find our hook hole, and at first you're just going to thread it in with your hand until it kind of gets some stability on its own. You might have to put some downforce on it, and then when you know that's not really going anywhere, you can move it with you try to push it around. You're gonna take your screwdriver and kind of hook it in the hole here and just spin it around all the way down till it's in the wood. Until the hook is flush and upright into the wood, just like that. So now I'm going to do the other two. So now that we're all done, all you're going to do is bring it into your house, find 2 studs in the wall, and screw it in onto the wall. So I hope this helps anyone looking for somewhere to put all their jackets.